Free Smiles, episode 254, I believe. Alright. First off, I do want to give a shout out and thank you to JGigs for taking over my channel. We were hijacked, guys. I don't know if you guys saw the last episode, but JGigs took over the channel and he recorded a video of Free Smiles for us. So really appreciate you. Make sure to check out JGigs, guys. He does have a free-to-play series content as well, and great humorous guy, really funny, makes awesome content. Definitely go subscribe and check him out. But yeah, so he did pull our voice jars, and unfortunately we did not get any legendaries, if you guys saw my last video. So it has nothing to do with him. It doesn't have anything to do with the puller. I never believed in that. It has everything to do with you're either lucky or you're not. That's it. You're RNG, right? They either give it to you or they don't. It's as simple as that. So that's 2x scammed, you know, as usual. But it's okay. It is what it is. So we're saving up slowly again for another Void Summons video, I guess, at some point. But yeah. Alright, so there's so much that took place over the weekend. I was away on a cruise. I was with my family that came down. They came down from Korea and Canada, so we went on a cruise together. We went on Allure of the Sea Royal Caribbean, had a lot of fun. I recorded a lot of footage, and I do plan to do something with it soon. So stay tuned for that, guys. I will keep you updated on that. And yeah, so there was just so much that took place over the weekend that I don't even know where to begin. Alright, a lot of drama took place, a lot of incidents, updates that took place or about to take place, and I do want to address most of that for you so we can go over it together. But where should I start, guys? I guess first thing first, let's just go with this. So there is a Freya, and I'm sure you guys were expecting some kind of rant video, but there's not going to be that kind of video. I'm just going to be responding how I honestly just feel as far as like just to what took place, right? So there is a Freya event, or not Freya, oh, here we go. Yeah, Deck of Fate event, and basically you can collect a bunch of fragments for Freya in this Deck of Fate, right? But what happened is they pretty much, instead of having the normal points required, they cut it in half, basically, right? So from what I remember, Eternal Soulstones used to be 5,000 points or 5,500. Immortal Soulstones used to be 1,500 points. And then Mortal Soulstones used to be 100 points or 120, something like that. So that's what I remember, right? And I was contemplating like if I should go for this event or not. And I was looking at my resources. I have my 90 Mortal Soulstones. I have 55 Mortal Soulstones plus an additional 33 if I buy this. And then I can buy another 9 here and then buy an Eternal Soulstone. So I was thinking about it and I was like, man, should I go for this or not, right? I was on the fence. And like after adding up all my resources, I was like, okay, well, if I do end up buying all this, I have just enough to get the Freya done. Like I have just enough, right? So that's where I was at. But after this whole event went live and everybody was talking about it, you know, a lot of drama because like they were upset that it wasn't the normal points, which I totally understand the frustration and anger by the community. But in my case, for me personally, it was kind of like a blessing in disguise, because as much as I wanted to go for the Freya, I was also on the fence of like not wanting to go for it because I didn't really want to blow my resources just to get the Freya. Like if it was like a different legendary that I really wanted, then oh yeah, I would have just blew all this resource and went for it, right? But I wasn't like all that into the Freya getting it, so I was on the fence. So now I can actually save my resource and just skip the Freya event. I don't have to go for it. So they kind of saved me the trouble and made the decision for me that I was on the fence about. So yeah, that's why I'm not too upset about this whole incident where it's like, you know, half the points were cut, or the points were cut in half. So that's where I stand on that. All right. There was some other stuff that took place pertaining to some free-to-play drama, and I don't really want to touch all that as far as like, you know, the whole Boozer situation, or like I don't even call it a situation, the whole Boozer thing taking place. Like I have nothing but respect for the guy. He makes amazing content, and you know, I want to leave it at that. But where I do want to address it, and because it pertains to like a lot of people sparking off free to play, etc. With that drama, it didn't really affect me in a way, but it did because there was some comments that took place on my channel. And I know a lot of you guys always say just ignore the comments, ignore the haters. But if it's like I don't really like touch drama unless it's pertaining to me, and in this case I just feel like I have to address the comments that and statements and questions that he brought up, because I was just thinking like, should I even say anything about this? But I think I should, just so I can clarify and be transparent and let you guys know, you know, everything. So in case there are any of you out there that have the same thoughts or questions or whatever, so it's just to like, you know, clear that up. That's all it really is. So basically this person, again, I don't want to give him all the attention in the world or anything like that, but I just have to address this question. Let me just do some runs in the background. So basically what he said was, this account is the one I cannot understand. This free-to-play account, how can one have that many great legendary champions and yet have a player power under 7 million? So he had a bunch of questions and a bunch of statements that he made, and I did address all of it, so, or most of it anyway. And basically he's asking a question, making a statement, and I'm responding to it. So what I wrote here was, you're free to watch my free-to-play series progress. I have nothing to hide. I shouldn't have to, but I'll address most of your statements and questions. So his first question was, how can one have that many great Legos and yet be under 7 million player power? It's simple. Great champions don't lead to big player power, right? It's the gear that you put on the champions that lead to bigger player power. That's even if you throw them in the vault, right? So that is how you build up player power. It's not necessarily how many great champions you have. That doesn't really make sense, right? That's not really how it works. So the amount of gear you put on is what makes them bigger, right? I don't waste time throwing random gear on vault champions because I don't really care for a bigger player power. Like if I was trying to join a clan that requires like a minimum of 15 million player power, then yeah, I will throw random gear on champions to try to obtain that player power. But in my case, in my clan, it's not a requirement, so you know, who cares? I don't really care for it. It used to be a bragging right, I guess, in a way back then, but it's not, I don't really care for it, so why would I do it, right? And also it's expensive to take gear back off of the champion, so I wouldn't want to put like random gear on champions anyways. But yeah, so most of my champions like in my vault, most of my level 60 champions in my inventory, they're not even geared. I level up a bunch of champions, I mastered a bunch of champions, but I haven't even built them. So I mean, it is what it is. So number 2, his champions are his clan boss team. Oh wait, did I read that right? Oh no, here we go. His champions on his clan boss team aren't even 60. Not to boast, I like to think of myself as a more experienced player than most of you out there, but why would I need to take my level champions to level 60 if I'm already getting a 1 key done with them as it is? Like, I don't want to waste that resource getting that last level, that 6 levels that they need, that last 10 levels that they need, you know, burning brews or taking them into champ training or you know, leveling. Like, I don't want to do that if I'm already reaching the requirements, right, to get 1 key on clan boss keys. So I don't really know why I need to do that. Like, if you have an unkillable team, you can literally leave a champion at level 1 and still do its job. But I take all my champions to rank 6 regardless, because I want the speed gear on my accessories, right? From the accessories, I have extra speed so I can get the speed tuning that I want. And on top of that, it does add a bit of stats by leveling them. But now I don't really need to because I already reached that required limit, right? Or the minimum. So yeah, why I don't need to waste resources that I don't have when I'm 100% free to play. So hope that answers your question. Number 3 noose and an archer. How does one get 3 noose and an archer as a free to play? You gotta get lucky, man. Like I mean, I know there's a, oh god, so this is a unfortunate fail, but it does happen time to time. But yeah, I mean, it's people get lucky, man. What can I say? Like, I get really unlucky too, you know. I just happen to get lucky in this portion with the newts, which is huge because I can do pretty much all PV content because of it now. But yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose with the pulls. The 1 newt I got off of a fusion, 2 I got really lucky randomly off of like some event that I had to go for. And the archer I actually went hard for. Like, I think I blew all my resources for her at the time because I really wanted her, because she's so insane for clan boss or Hydra boss. That provoke is huge. So yeah, it was a 10x or 15x at the time, and I went for it and I happened to get it. So, you know, it's the luck of the draw. So number 4, where are the shards coming from? It's simple. Clan boss, Doom Tower, monthly rewards. Like, I don't do random shard pulls like here and there just because I want to. I save up all my shards because I want to show it to you guys when I do an event or whatever. So I have them stacking up. Maybe maybe most of you out there are not good at managing holding onto your shards, but sometimes I even skip 2x events because I'd rather just rack up my shards for another event. So yeah, underdeveloped Great Hall, and that makes fusions difficult. I don't really know how one has to do with the other. Having a Great Hall does not mean that's a requirement to get fusions done. I was able to get fusions done without anything in my Great Hall before, because I saved up all my resources, and that's what's more important than a Great Hall. This is just extra stats, right? So pertaining to my Great Hall though, you were saying underdeveloped. All right, so in the past I did post about my Great Hall and say like it's very, very weak, and it was at the time, but behind the scenes I've been working on my Great Hall a lot. As you can see, I built it up quite a bit. No more bronze, right? All blue, all gold, and it's 149 out of 240, and I can actually use this 1000 that I've saved here to get another 1 or 2 stats on this. So it's a lot better looking than it used to be, right? So there's that. And number 6, where are the terrible champions? All right, so when JGigs was looking at my champions list here, okay, I have a lot of great champions here, yes. Where are the bad champions? They're in my vault, man. Like what any other player would do that has bad champions. They put them in the vault. Why would you have them in your open here where you don't want to see them, right? It's like, what, you know what I mean? They're sitting in the vault, man. It's as simple as that. So there you go. Yeah, so if you think my count is boosted or there's some kind of shenanigans going on, then please explain to me how I pulled 7 total Void Legendaries and half of them are dupes. 3 Ursagas, 2 Cardials, 1 Ethos, and 1 Gurgo. Like, you're telling me my account is boosted? Nah, man. So, JGigs did touch up on my Torment recently on my last video. He did say he thought because I told him like what legendaries I pulled and whatnot as far as Void Legos go. So this champion is not something I pulled. I thought like in the past I did post a video and said I pulled a Torment, but I completely brain farted at the time. But I didn't pull a Torment. I actually earned it by completing the Titan events that took place during like about half a year ago, I think. He was part of like some sort of Titan event where he had to collect his fragments to get him, I think. Or was it a fusion? There's one or the other, I don't remember. But we ended up getting it done, guys. Or was it? No. I think you just had to pick him up at towards the end of the Titan event. But yeah, I had a ton of resources saved up at the time. I had a ton of soulstone saved up at the time. So I was able to get most of those events done and get him that way. So yeah, that's pretty much how I got my Torment. But anyways, to be honest, guys, this is a second recording of my free-to-play episode today because I totally messed up on my recording file. So yeah, I already collected all my clan boss rewards. I collected all my Hydra boss. But oh yeah, that's another thing I want to talk about. So another drama-related incident or thing that's happening with the Hydra boss, right? There was a update that's gonna take place next week apparently, right? And all the news is out now. The Hydra boss is getting rebalanced or fixed, and Trunda is also getting rebalanced. Now, again, you guys expected some kind of rant video, but that's not gonna be what this is. Am I mad about this? No. Am I upset about this? Honestly, not really. Do I understand like the sentiment and like everybody's frustration and anger towards pairing with these changes? Yeah, I understand, because it does affect pretty much everybody, right? Hydra Boss got harder, yes. The really insane teams got nerfed to some degree, right? They don't do as much damage as they're not going to do as much damage as they once did with the Trunda Yumiko teams. But as far as my free-to-play account goes, it doesn't really affect me that much because I didn't have like an insane team. I had like a very like, you know, a normal Hydra Boss team, right? So it doesn't really bother me that much. But it does get harder for the Hydra Boss. So I think it opens more opportunities for other champions to be used or utilized as far as like, you know, content goes. And also if it is a lot harder, then it just gives me another thing to work on as far as PvE goes. So it's just more for me to progress in and more for me to learn about and work on. So that's pretty much how I'm approaching it. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I know a lot of people are upset about that, and it does affect. I mean, I finally pulled another Yumiko on my main account, and I mean, Trunda is not gonna be as insane as it once was in Hydra Boss, right? With like the insane amount of damage, but apparently she's still gonna be really, really strong. So it's not gonna be like the 100 billions of damage it once was. Maybe it'll just be much less than that, right? It's still gonna be really, really strong. It's just scaled down a lot more, but she is getting a rebalance. So the her abilities is going to be a bit stronger in a way, because I believe the A2 is going to ignore defense, and also she is able to do double damage to Stone Skin, right, after the update takes place. So it opens more opportunities for other things. Like, she might be more viable in Arena now for most people. She was always my main for Arena anyways, right, that I used. So because this is the team I pretty much run: Trunda, Hefrak, Armans, and then Arbiter, right? Pretty simple. Yeah, I mean, it opens more opportunities, so there's that. So yeah, I mean, that pretty much covers most of the stuff I wanted to talk about. I don't want to make this video too long. My original video was really long, but I did not record it properly. And yeah, it is what it is, guys. I accept most of the changes that took place. I understand the frustration and anger by most of the players out there, but at the end of the day, Plarium does what Plarium does, right? They're gonna do what they do. And I don't think we should, like, if we want to be so upset and angry about it, I just don't think we should try to. Sure, you can be angry at them, right? But don't make that ruin your day. You know, just go out, be happy with something else, find something else to be happy about. Or even if this game really, really frustrates you so much and you just hate the game so much, I mean, I don't want to come across the wrong way, but maybe it's time to step away, you know? Maybe it's time to just drop the game and just find something else to do. But for me, I still enjoy the game. I still want to make content on raids, so I will continue playing the game. But that pretty much covers all I wanted to talk about for today. I know this turned into more of a different kind of video than my normal free-to-play series videos, but yeah, hope you guys enjoy this one. Let me show you the rest of my resources before I hop off here. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. If you guys enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe, drop a like on this video, and drop a comment down below and share your thoughts and opinions on the whole changes and all these things that are taking place, and whatever it is you want to talk about, and I'll try to respond back as soon as possible. So much love to all of you. I appreciate you so much. I'll see you all in the next video.